So this is the Northern Lights sky that I will be showing you how to do today. For the colors, I will be using a whole bunch of different shades of blue. So you could really use whatever you like. And I'm going to have some yellow too, just to make it look like a sunset. So I started off by covering the canvas with linseed oil just to make it easier to blend. I got the filbert brush here and I'm going to work in some yellow starting from the bottom, because I want it to look like there's a little sunset behind these northern lights. Next, I'm going to go into the light blue color that I have on the palette. And I'll make sure to put all these in the description so you know what blue oil paint I'm using. And just work my way to the slightly darker blue. To the darkest blue right here, and that's a phthalo blue. Just make sure you blend it in so that'll be easier for the northern lights to blend on top. I want mine to be a little bit more bright, so I'm going to clean off this brush and then add a little bit more yellow and just work my way up so it looks like it's illuminating the sky. Oh, a little piece of dirt, get that off. Alright, now I got the fan brush here, and I'm going to go straight into some titanium white. Make sure to load it up with white paint. Here is when we start to lay the shape of the northern lights. I want mine to be a little bit more horizontal. We're going to use a lot of white, so keep that handy. And just make sure you keep the brush moving. The more random movements, the better it looks. So don't think too much when you do this, just let it flow. We're just going to pull this paint straight up. Pay attention to the angles. You want all these lines to look like they are in the same direction. Because if you have some going one way and some going the other, it just looks wonky. And if you end up messing up the angles, just go back and move them. The paint will move for you. There's never mistakes. You can always fix it. Clean the brush in between. You don't want to mix the blue with the yellow. The key is just keep blending. There's no wrong or right time. When it looks good, you can stop. Mine's, I think, I want to add a couple more highlights, a little bit more white. So I'm going to get back with the fan brush here and just tap in some more white to really highlight these northern lights, make them pop a little bit more. Total preference. faded northern lights look really nice too, so I'm just going to pull it up the same direction. Oh, I should have cleaned the brush, but it's okay, just blend it in. Actually worked out really well. Now I'm going to use this super soft brush. It's actually a makeup brush, but there are other soft brushes made for oil painting. And this is where I'm going to go into those white spots that are just a little bit wonky, looking a little bit too white. Just going to blend it a little bit. Well, I said a little bit like 3 times. Just blend to your liking. Sometimes it's nice to just take a step back and look at it from a little different angle. You start seeing things that you didn't see. Alright, so I grabbed the linseed oil. We're going to mix this with some titanium white until we get a liquidy consistency. And that's what we're going to use to make these stars. Really make this northern lights look like a night sky. So it should end up looking like this. Watered down. Gonna just load up my fan brush here, because this one has stiff bristles, so you could really use anything with some stiff bristles that will just bounce back, and you're just gonna like splatter it straight onto the canvas. Got my napkin handy here. Some of these stars may come out a little bit oddly shaped, so don't worry. Once you finish, you could always just blend those straight into the sky. This one right here is bothering me, so I'm going to use the 2-inch brush and just pull it up at the same angles that I did with the original lines and just make it look like it's part of the northern lights. Can't even tell. Ta-da! Super easy, super simple.